Hey guys, Bancroft here at Attack on Productions. I got Jimmy here from our locals. He actually went to Columbus with us and got into 10th place in the Swiss. Got himself a really cool mat. But Jimmy, your deck.
Alright, so I played Gogeta Shenron. It's a very standard list. There's a few tech options, some interesting things. This is a pre-ban, but I do have a post-ban version that's probably just as good. Now that battering's gone, you don't really have to worry about, a lot of things. Especially with the Victory Strike matchups, which were my only losses. I lost once to Broly, twice to Prunga. So for the leader, it's Shenron. You tap it, get 2 balls, draw a lot of cards, wish, add a desire back to hand. Then you have all of your options: draw, free desire, and then give a card triple attack and 10k, which is completely broken with Gogeta 7. So for our Dragon Balls, we run 1 Super Dragon Ball. You really need to see a lot of cards, you need to see your pieces, so drawing 4 cards is just bonkers, and it gets your drop filled with your world peace targets. So I run 1 of those, and 6 normal Dragon Balls. Pretty self-explanatory, draw a lot of cards, your leader searches them out. I run 2 Dragon Radar, really just to add Dragon Balls back to hand to draw more cards. You can hit Super Dragon Ball if you really need to draw a lot of cards, if you need to see your pieces, if you're lacking. The heart and soul of the deck, Objection, you have to run 4 of them. You have to see this card. This is your turn 2 play, turn 3 play as well. It just wins you the game. If you see 2 of these in your opening hand, you might as well just have your opponent scoop. I run 3 Sensu Beam. I didn't really need the 4th. It rarely come up. This was usually just energy 90% of the time. The few games that it did come up, it didn't really help me out. I think you only need 3. Maybe post-ban, you can take out a battering and run a 4th one. Now, with battering banned, you definitely need a 4th Whis, especially in the aggro matchups, because this deck is susceptible to aggro. Having an extra negate is amazing. Also, having more blue energy is needed as well. I run 2 Power Burst as my other negate. Sparking, if you tap out for whatever reason, which most of the time you'll have at least 1 energy open, or against High to Mastery, if they tap down all your energy and they don't have Victory Strike in hand and they try to win the game with that, you have these to save your butt. 4 super combos, self-explanatory, draw a card, Sparking 5. Don't run the life one because Victory Strike exists. I run 3 World Peace, and then for targets, I run 2 Shenron and 1 Prunga. Shenron is your best turn 4 play if you don't want to go straight into Gogeta. Giving it critical is just ridiculous after giving it triple attack and making them shuffle their hand. Prunga is good in wiping the board in aggro or getting rid of Path if they happen to put another card in the field. I only played this once over the weekend. If I played it more, I probably would have had a higher win percentage, but it is what it is. I see a lot of people running 2 in the main. I don't think you really need more than 1. And for the yellow package, ignore this card. This card doesn't exist anymore. And I run my fusion pieces. Post-ban, I would probably just run the blue vanilla Goku, and then maybe a 4th Bean and 4th Whis. Or maybe another Dangerous Journey Bulma and a Whis. Pretty self-explanatory. And these are my fusion pieces. 4 Adult Cost, 4 Super Saiyan Blue. Adult Cost was the MVP. In the matches that I didn't cast Gogeta, he was the finisher. Untapping a card and drawing a card is good to begin with, and just having a body on field is all you need sometimes, especially in this deck when the only body you'll probably ever have is your Shenron or Prunga. As for Gogetas, I run 2 of the 5-drop. This guy was incredible in the Green Broly matchup, bottoming those 2 cards, then they bring out their 8-drops, then swinging in Heavenly Wizard Demigra, those 8-drops away. It's ridiculously good. I thought about cutting these at the beginning of the event, but Fluff actually talked me out of it and told me to keep these in the main. And I'm so glad I did, because I wouldn't have won half the matches without them. And then the big bomb of the deck, Gogeta 7. This card is ridiculous. A lot of people were calling for it to be banned in this current list, but long live the Undead King. Give them triple attack, they shuffle their hand, triple strike, triple attack, critical if you have Shenron out. It has every single keyword in the game. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is the main thing you're working towards in the deck. As for one-ofs, I run a Dangerous Journey Bulma. Just in case, the only time I ever played this was in my Victory Strike matchups, just to draw an extra card. It didn't do anything. I never saw a mill, so I didn't have to ship any of my pieces back. Honestly, I might cut this. I don't know. This was incredible in my Broly Victory Strike matchup because he targets a barrier card and KOs it, and he's a double strike. So if you really don't see any of your pieces, you can give him triple attack and swing for game. It's another World Peace target. It has barrier, so it'll set out for pretty much the rest of the game unless they have an answer to it. Another banned card, Minus Keely. This won me the game in Kid Coup. They tried to skill of Sage me, but I had Minus Keely to counter that. He did not expect it in the main board. Now that it's banned, I don't really know what you could replace with it. Maybe if you're playing a lot of skill or against a mill, maybe a second Dangerous Journey, or even if you still want to run the yellow, you could swap out Battering for a Crusher Ball, and maybe this be a third Crusher Ball, or maybe a Nimbus, which I think Mono Blue is going to be the best way to run this deck post-ban. And then last card, Mafuba. I expected to see a lot of Victory Strike. I expected to be able to Mafuba it, but I forgot that Battering was a thing, even though I run it in this deck. They Battering my Mafuba, and I lost because of that. Now with Battering gone, you might be able to just run 2 Mafuba in the main. I run 1 in the side, but you might be able to run 2 in the main. Because it's so disheartening watching them the light fall out of their eyes when you Mafuba their Victory Strike. Onto the sideboard, I run 1 Toki Toki, 1 Cronoa, 1 Kami. Now that Shigesh is gone, you don't need this. Maybe do a second Kami or a No Escape Goku. I'm bad at making sideboards, so I just threw these in here. A second Minus Keely. Only decided it in once, but it's gone now, so sad day. Ran 1 Bardock for the Broly matchup. I sided this in, but I never played it. But I still think it's an incredible card, especially after you use your ultimate on your Wish, or on your leader. He comes in for free pretty much, and he can give that last bit of damage if you really need it. 2 Heavenly Wizard. Honestly, this should be 3. Take out Minus Keely, put in Heavenly Wizard. This card is so good in the Broly matchup. In both games I played against Broly, he brought out the 8-drop off of his 6-drop on my turn, and I swung, comboed this, and got rid of that 8-drop. It's ridiculously good. I really wish I sided a third one, but 2 worked out for me. 2 TN. I expected to see quite a bit of Janemba. I did not see any Janemba at all. So this card was just kind of dead. I never sided it in, and I never had a need for it. Mercenary Tau. Again, I expected to see a lot of Slug. I didn't see any Slug, but I did side this in on the Dende Frieza matchup. because he was running 1-star ball, and it really slowed down his awaken because he did not want to warp 3 cards from 1-star ball. So this card's great in that matchup. I do see if Dende Frieza becomes really into the meta, I see people maybe even mainboarding this. 2 Crisis Crusher for the Vanilla Q matchup. This deck already has a good Vanilla Q matchup, so I probably could have not run these in the side, but I just wanted to be safe because that was the first time I was ever playing Gogeta Shenron competitively. I don't know what I would replace him with. Maybe more Tau or Tien. I don't know, I'm bad at sideboards, so. And another thing for the Vanilla Q matchup, I never sided this in. This was just a last minute option. What I might replace this with is the Secret Rare Gogeta, just for the mill matchups, because they have the negate on their leader, and if you don't have enough aggro early on, or enough damage early on, Gogeta might not be able to pull through. So going into the Secret Rare, they've already milled all your cards pretty much. You can just keep restanding and swinging until they're dead. And last card, Mafuba. Bad Ring gone. I think maybe 2 Mafuba in the main is the best option, but I sided the second one because I didn't have room pre-ban. This card is just so good in both the Mirror and in the Victory Strike matchups. And that's it.
Awesome. So that was Jimmy's Shenron Gogeta pre-ban list with some post comments. So,
Post-ban comments. There you go.
like always, hit the like, subscribe button. Look for more content, guys. And Fluff's far away, so like always, you know, just I guess fluff out. You know, laters.